Good evening. Hello. So this is going to be just a quick little video trying to introduce and trying to get us prepared for Frankfurt's book on bullshit, which you are tasked with reading the first kind of 34 pages, I think it was, for today. And yeah, and so I just wanted to give a little bit of commentary for why I choose this book and why I choose this book in particular for this online class. I teach it in my live sections of the course as well during the semesters. And it was important for me, important to me, I would say, to offer it as reading for this online session. And one reason is just kind of simply put, when we think about epistemology, when we think about how we know, what we know, do we know anything at all, well, where does bullshit kind of play into that, if anywhere, right? And something interesting is that we all kind of know that bullshit exists. We all kind of maybe have a general idea of what it is, maybe the purposes that it serves, maybe some of the reasons for why we are okay with it. But might it, and this is the question, right? Might it play a role in our epistemic makeup, in the way that we kind of navigate through the world based off of knowledge, right? And so this tiny little book on bullshit, and I actually don't, and we'll kind of dive into the text more so tomorrow, Wednesday, after you have read the first 34 pages and kind of work through the rest of the book. But it should not take you very long to read. It's quite easy. But as we work through it, Frankfurt's going to offer us kind of a framework, at least, by which to build an idea of what bullshit is, how bullshit, is connected to truth, how it's not connected to truth, how bullshit is, in fact, very different than lying. We'll kind of examine that, I think, pretty well. And in what way, right, if we think about, maybe this is a different phrase here. If it is important to us at all that knowledge helps us navigate through the world, if it is all important to us that we, not just that knowledge helps us navigate through the world, but if it's important to us that when we think about belief and knowledge and understanding and certainty, all those categories that we talked about 2 weeks ago, well, where does bullshit play into that? Because again, bullshit isn't just kind of this playful, you're sitting around with a group of friends and, you're bullshitting. Like, yeah, that is certainly a context by which bullshit exists. But also, like, there are times where we're having probably meaningful conversations with somebody or a group of people, and somebody just espouses something that's bullshit. And we kind of know it's bullshit, and we kind of accept it, but we also maybe disregard it. So it does kind of have this really interesting place. When I say it, I mean bullshit. It has this really interesting place kind of in our overall kind of epistemic, again, construction here. So that's one of the motivations for using this book on bullshit. And I hope that you enjoy some of the main takeaways here, because it really is a good little book. And we'll investigate some of the facets and some of the main takeaways after you start diving in. So enjoy.